Getting harder away, Southern T. Back with another EP. Appreciate everybody sliding through. If y'all could, smash that like button for your boy. Apologies for about being late. Supposed to did these shows early in the day. Something came up, but I'm back at the crib now and everything. We about to get to it. You know what I mean? We about to get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to get through it. So today, I'm in my own think bag. I like to call these think pieces. Today I'm in my own think bag. I'm here with my own think piece, right? In and around boxing, I've been getting a lot in and around. What's up to everybody? What's good, Yoda? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Yoda. Glad you can make it. TWT in the building. Shout out my guy MP. What the fuck was good? TWT in the building. Shout out my guy MP. What the fuck? My brother Just Do. Appreciate you sliding through. My brother Do. What's good? Glad y'all good folks can make it. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Skywalker. TWT in the building. Shout out my guy Skywalker sliding through. The TWT fam in full effect. As always, appreciate y'all boys sliding through this. John Josh Sanders, what's good? Josh Sanders 86. Appreciate you sliding through this. Josh Sanders 86. Isaiah Felix, what's good? Cawanello, best name on YouTube. Shout out my guy Isaiah Felix. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Isaiah. Glad you could make it. Bruce Gas, what's good? The Gas man is in the building. Shout out my guy Bruce Gas. Appreciate you sliding through. We here for a good and knockout boxing. Shout out my guy Knockout. We in this thing for a good time and a long time today. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when y'all roll on in. Miss Joette. Appreciate you sliding through this jump. Glad you can make it. And again, I want to apologize to my people, for being so late, having to push the shows back. But we still go get it done today. I got 3 hours and I got a lot to say, and I got 2 streams to do. So I need y'all to put them seatbelts on. I need y'all to lock in. Now, what we here to talk about on this stream, right now, I know my boxing, right? I keep my ear to these boxing streets, right? You know what I mean? So the word around these boxing streets is, right? The feel around these boxing streets is, right? That Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez right now. Now I don't believe this. I'm not a believer in Charlo ducking David Benavidez. You know what I mean? And for my reason, it's pretty simple, right? I say that he can't be ducking them because they're at 2 different divisions, right? They fight in 2 different divisions, so he can't possibly be ducking, David Benavidez. But not everybody feels like this. There are some people, actually, right? There are a lot of people who feel like that because Jamal Charlo, right? Because Jamal Charlo isn't fighting the people that, they necessarily feel like he should be fighting. They feel like since Jamal Charlo, right, isn't getting, those big mega fights, right, that he won't, they feel like that Jamal Charlo should move up a division and get him a big fight in the division up, because in the division up is where the big fights are for Jamal Charlo. So that's why people tell me that, Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez. Now, I don't feel this way, but let's just pretend that I do feel this way, right? And let's just pretend that the reasoning behind this is correct, right? So let's just say that Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he's staying at 160 and all the big fights are at 168, right? So let's use that. Let's go with that one. So let's say that it is true. Okay, by the same narrative, David Benavidez is at the 168-pound division, right? He's at the 168-pound division, right? But the biggest fight for him to make is at the 160-pound division, right? Now, we wouldn't dare ask, right? Because he wants to fight, he wants to fight a guy at 160 pounds, right? So we wouldn't dare ask Benavidez to move down to 160 for a fight that he won't, right? We wouldn't dare ask David Benavidez to move down to 160 to get a fight for the guy that he's calling out, right? We wouldn't dare ask him to do that, right? Because, Dave Benavidez don't have to do that. He don't have to move a division to get a big fight. Only Charlo got to do that, right? So, of course, Benavidez is not going to go down to 160 to fight this, to fight this guy that he wants to fight this guy that he keeps asking for, even though this guy said, I'm not really interested in fighting David Benavidez right now. You know what I mean? But David Benavidez wants this fight with this 160-pounder, right? But he can't get that fight either, right? He can't get that fight. Jamal Charlo ducking David Benavidez, because he won't move up and fight David Benavidez. So, by default, David Benavidez, he can't fight Jamal Charlo because Jamal Charlo don't want to fight him, so he's not going to fight him. So, in the essence, right, that means David Benavidez, he can't make that Charlo fight. He can't make that Charlo fight, right? In the sense, right, he can't make the Charlo fight because Charlo not moving up to fight him. Charlo's not an option for him right now, right? So, by the same method that we tell Charlo you should move up to make the big fights, right? So he can't make the fight with Charlo, so he's not moving down, right? He can't, David Benavidez, he can't get the fight with Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds, right? In his division. He can't get the fight with Canelo Alvarez at 168. He's been in the division with Caleb Plant. He's been in the division with Caleb Plant, for years, right? He waiting on Morrell, right? Alex said he's waiting on Morrell. So that means right now he can't get the fight with Morrell either. Because he's not fighting Morrell either, right? So he's not about to fight Morrell. He said he want to fight Morrell. He can't get the Morrell fight. Morrell ducking him too, right? Morrell ducking David Benavidez too, right? Because he can't get the Morrell fight. He can't get the Charlo fight. Charlo ducking him as well. Charlo ducking David Benavidez. David Morrell ducking David Benavidez, right? Charlo's at 160. Morrell at 168. He can't fight Caleb Plant at 168, right? Him and Caleb Plant been in the same division for years. Now, he can't fight Caleb Plant either, right? Because Caleb Plant ducking him too, right? Right. So Caleb Plant is ducking David Benavidez. Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez is ducking David Benavidez. David Morrell is ducking David Benavidez. All these fights are fights that David Benavidez can't make right now. These are fights that he can't make right now. These are fights that he can't make right now. I don't care. Okay, Ronnie Shields. It don't matter, Alex. Ronnie Shields, David Morrell trainer. He don't want to fight. So cool. All those are fights that he can't make right now. He can't make the Jamal Charlo fight. He can't make the David Morrell fight. He can't make the Caleb Plant fight. He can't make the Canelo Alvarez fight, right? Now, I started this EP off, and I know I'm losing some of y'all. I know I'm finna lose some of y'all. Now, I started this EP off because people were saying that people were saying that Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he's down in a division where he can't get big fights and he won't move up. So we just broke it down how the people in David Benavidez's division, right, in and around David Benavidez's division, right, don't want to fight him. Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight him. Morrell don't want to fight him. Charlo don't want to fight him. Plant don't want to fight him, right? Demetrius Andrade don't want to fight him because David Benavidez is the boogeyman. He's the boogeyman, right? Is David Benavidez the boogeyman? That's what I'm hearing, right? Everybody's afraid to fight him. He's the boogeyman. Nobody seems to wants to fight him. Now, when y'all tell me when a guy, he can't get fights. Y'all tell me when a guy, can't get big fights, he can't get fights, he can't get meaningful fights at his division. That means that he should move up. Right. That's from my understanding. Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he can't make the big fights where he's at and he won't move up. We just got it understood that David Benavidez, he can't make the big fights where he at. He can't get Charlo, he can't get Plant, he can't get Morrell, he can't get Canelo. We've established that, right? So by the same merit, if Charlo is ducking David Benavidez, right, then by that same merit, if Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he won't move up, and I know what you're going to say, well, Charlo called out David Benavidez. Charlo told you 1,000 times he don't want to fight him. He said that. He's out, I don't want to fight him. I want to fight Canelo. That's not what I'm on right now. He's not worth enough. I don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? So Charlo didn't say he want to fight him. Y'all gonna continue to hold on to that. Oh, he said he'll break his neck. He done told you 7 times after that, nah, I don't want to fight him. Right? Right. So if he can't fight Charlo, if Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he don't want to fight him, cool. So that means that Charlo is not an option for David Benavidez. Right? Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade is not an option for David Benavidez. David Morrell is not an option for David Benavidez. He been in the same division with Caleb Plant. They said Caleb Plant don't want to fight him either. He's not an option. Nobody wants to fight David Benavidez. He's the boogeyman, right? So why don't we want David Benavidez to move up in the division to make the bigger fights? That's a real question. Not a rhetorical question at all. That's a real fucking question. If you move up, and then I don't want to hear it. Well, Charlo called him out. Charlo has since said 7, 8 times that he don't want to fight him. Since that quote unquote, I'm gonna break his neck. Since that quote unquote call out, I could pull you up 3, 4 times. Charlo said that he don't want to fight David Benavidez. So if he can't get a Charlo fight, if that fight's not going to happen, he can't get a Benavidez. He can't get a Plant fight. Right? Plant scared of him too. Right? David Morrell scared of him too. Him and his trainer. Right? They scared of him too. They don't want to put Morrell in there because they too scared. Right? Everybody's scared of David. So it sounds like to me it's time for David to move up. If I'm looking at it from the outside in, it sounds like it's time for David to move up by the same standards in which we push up Jamal Charlo, right? By the same standards where we push up Jamal Charlo. If I'm being consistent in my stance, it's time for David Benavidez to move up because he can't get no fights at 168. Nobody wants to fight him. He's the boogeyman. Everybody's afraid of him. He can't get nobody to step in the ring with him. But if you look up above what's up? You want So if David Benavidez, if David Benavidez is indeed the boogeyman at 168, like we think, right? Like we agree, right? If David Benavidez is indeed the boogeyman at 168, that means he can't get fights at 168. So let's take this time. Let's look up at one division. Let's only look up one division, 168 to 175. Now, by the same marriage, right? When I tell people, well, Jamal Charlo is not in the same division, they tell me, well, Jamal Charlo can move up 8 pounds. He could make that division easy. Like, that's not a problem for him. He ducking David Benavidez because he could move up easily and make the weight, right? You know what I mean? So 160, and Jamal Charlo has never missed weight at 160 pounds, the way he never missed weight, right? So 168 and 175 is 7 pounds. That's 7 pounds to 8 pounds. From 160 to 168 is 8 pounds. From 168 to 175 is 7 pounds. So it's a smaller gap from super middleweight to light heavyweight, right? David Benavidez is the boogeyman at 168. Nobody wants to fight him. He can't get any fights because everybody's afraid of him. So we say Jamal Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because Jamal Charlo can't get fights at 160, but he refused to move up and is only 8 pounds. Well, David Benavidez can't get fights at 168, and he's refusing to move up, and it's only 7 pounds. You know what I mean? There's a fighter at the top of the division right above him. No, Jamal Charlo never missed weight, never fought at 160. David Benavidez has missed weight a few times at 168, right? You know what I mean? He has missed weight a few times at 168, right? So moving up to 168 shouldn't be a problem for him. You bet. But yeah, you know what I mean? So with him being at 168, right? He's missed weight before. It's only 7 pounds going up. You got a guy at the 175-pound division. It's only 7 pounds. You got a guy at the 175-pound division named Arthur Baturviev. Arthur Baturviev currently does not have a fight in line. He doesn't have one fight in line right now at this position, at this point. He's a multi-belt champion at the 175-pound division, right? 7 pounds away from where David Benavidez is at right now. Only 7 pounds. I'm about to bring my camera. We finna roll up because we finna really get into this shit. He's only 7 pounds away from David Benavidez is at right now. Right? You know what I mean? He don't have a fight. David Benavidez can't get a fight, right? Because everybody's afraid of David Benavidez. He's the Mexican monster. He's the boogeyman. Don't nobody want no smoke with him. He can't get no fights. Everybody's afraid of him. Ain't nobody ready to take that dirt now, right? I'm agreeing with y'all. He's the boogeyman. He can't get fights. Charlo ducking him. Charlo afraid of him. No, he can't get fights. You got a guy at 175 who's open, who's available right now. Yeah, hold on. He's open and available right now. Arthur Baturviev don't got to fight at 175. You know what I mean? Arthur Baturviev got to wait on the B-Vol winner. You know what I mean? He just coming off a fight against Joe Smith Jr. You know what I mean? He's hot right now. He's the champ at 175. Why aren't we putting that same pressure on Dave Benavidez to move up and fight Baturviev, right? At 175 now, Dave Benavidez said that he'll fight these guys. He said he will. So he said he'll fight. He said he'll fight, Arthur Baturviev. He has stated that before. So Dave Benavidez said, yeah, I'll fight. I'll be open to fighting Arthur Baturviev at 175. You know what I mean? So he said that before, which means he's willing to do it. My thing is, by the same merit, right? I just broke this down. By the same merit that we saying Charlo, needs to move up to fight David Benavidez because he can't get fights at 168. David Benavidez should move up to 175 because he can't get fights at 168. The same way we telling Charlo to move up from 160 to fight David Benavidez at 168, but it makes more sense for David Benavidez than it would for Charlo. Makes a lot more sense for David Benavidez. Arthur Baturviev is a pound-for-pound fighter. He's a champion at 175. David Benavidez is not a champion at 168. You know what I mean? So it's not as sweet a deal for Charlo to move up and fight David Benavidez as it will be for as sweet a deal as David Benavidez moving up to fight Arthur Baturviev. You know what I mean? And I'm just being consistent. I'm just being consistent with with what's going on. With what's going on. He's also with Tuesday and Callum are mandatory. What that mean? Baturviev really had that next fight lined up at 75. God Benavidez is fighting. Baturviev is fighting Yard. B-Vol fighting Zerto. Then Canelo. And then Benavidez versus B-Vol and Undisputed. Okay, Alex. I got you, Alex. Now tell me at 168. The fights that's lined up, Alex. Like you just did with 175. I want you to tell me, do that with 168. Do that with David Benavidez. Do that with Charlo. Do that with David Benavidez and do that with Canelo and all them. You know what I mean? So that means just like you just did it with 175, do that with 168. And I'm gonna leave this up here, right? Now, what Alex is saying is that David Benavidez shouldn't move up because 175 is already tied up. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to 168 and tell me the champions and shit that's tied up. Tell me the people that's tied up at 168. Is David Benavidez about to fight Morrell? No. Morrell is the champion. It will make sense for him to fight Morrell. But he's not going to fight Morrell because he's busy calling out Charlo at a lower division. Just like you just did it with 175, do that with 168 and tell me what they got lined up next. And now we getting somewhere because I want y'all to see what's really going on. The top guys at 168, that everybody's saying is scared of him, those guys are available to fight him. But he's calling out Jamal Charlo in a lower division. Alex, please tell me, give me the breakdown of 168 like you just did 175. Give me that breakdown. So because 175, from what Alex is saying, because 175 is busy, Benavidez it's okay for Benavidez to call out 160 guys and they got to move up, but he don't got to move up because he can't get big fights. You know what I mean? David don't want to move up, which is why he's not entertaining the guys at 175 because he don't want to move up. Josh, he not entertaining the guys at 175 because he don't want to move up. So can I say that he's and Batiste about to fight somebody else? That's not his mandatory. Batiste about to fight somebody else. Batiste getting ready to fight somebody else at 175. He's not about to fight. And Alex, you still ain't answering my question, Alex. I want you to give me the breakdown that one he said. I came with 168. There's only speculative matchup between play versus. Exactly. So don't tell me. So don't tell me. So don't tell me this right here, Alex. I don't want to hear. I'm waiting to see if he fighting David because we don't know who the fuck he fighting. The fights at 168 are all open. Yet this guy's calling out Jamal Charlo. Nah, ain't no fights at 168, bro. Everybody is scared of David Benavidez. He can't get no fights. Everybody's scared of him at 168. Everybody's scared of him at 168. He can't get no fights at 168. So what I need for him to do, because he the boogeyman at 168, scared, and nobody going to fight him. So what I need for him to do is go up to 175 and make those big fights. The champion at 168 is at 175. Why are you sitting at 68 trying to bring 160 people up to 168 when you got a champion, a pound for pound ranked champion? Jamal Charlo is not ranked pound for pound. If you want Charlo to go up 8, you can go up 7 and fight a champion. You not even a champion. So why would Charlo move up to fight you when you got an even bigger fight than Charlo right above you at 175? But Beterbiev ain't signed to fight nobody. You can't. I bet anybody in here to give me a date on Arthur Beterbiev next fight. He not signed to fight nobody. Where you at, Alex? He not signed to fight nobody. He not signed to fight a soul. Now, one. He about to fight Canelo next. I'm gonna bring this back up here because Alex, you just said something here, and I don't think you meant to say it, Alex, but you said something right here. The undisputed champion at 168 is at 175. The undisputed champion is already at 175. So why don't you go up to 175? He already there. That's where the fights are at. You see how 175 is shaking out? That's where the big fight said, David. That's where your big fight. You got Batiste, you got Beterbiev, you got Yard, you got Bivol, you got Canelo, you got Zerto. What the fuck is you doing? Literally, bro. At 168, there's 2 fighters, 2, maybe 3 fighters. Maybe. Right? And David Benavidez is the boogeyman. And none of them want to fight him. So he ain't getting none of them fights. He can't get the guy from 160 to come up. He can't get the guy from 160 to come up to fight him. The guys at 168 don't want to fight him, right? He the boogeyman. They don't want to fight him. You got all of these people at 175, bro. You got the undisputed champion at 168 at 175, bro. What's the hold up? What's the hold up? Are you ducking 175? Or do you not just want to move up? Because David, I understand if you don't want to move up. I understand. I get it. Because you don't have to move up. You don't have to because you don't want to, David. So I get it if you but my thing is, if a big fight is really what you want, if Trello don't want to fight you, Caleb Plant don't want to fight you, Boo Boo don't want to fight you, right? Canelo don't want to fight you. If none of those guys want to fight you, my guy Alex just told you 175 is up there shaking and moving. They up there shaking and moving. Hey, Jakir got to move to 135, 140 because he's so big and legs didn't beat the video. Definitely got to go his big ass up. Just, they ain't heard me, just. They finna learn today. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today. The thing about T, the thing you could never get T on is being inconsistent. The one thing about T is I'm consistently consistent. You guys be switching and flopping y'all narratives and shit. And that's why y'all can't keep up with all this shit. I'm strictly using everything that I've been hearing and I've been told about Jamal Charlo right now. If you can't get big fights in your division, you move up, right? If nobody wants to fight you, if there is no big fights in your division, you move up. If you the boogeyman at 168, if the current undisputed champion at 168 is at 175, you can't get no fights at 168. Take your ass up, bro, to get the big fights. My guy Alex just said it, and I don't think he tried to say it, but he said it, and I'm glad he said it. I'm going back to Alex tweet. Jamal about to fight fucking Laura at 160. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. That's called unification. That's called the unification at 160 pounds, my G. Ooh. So you're not fighting Charlo at 168 because he's not moving up. You're not fighting Boo Boo at 168, right? Because he's scared of you. You're not fighting Canelo at 168, right? Because he's scared of you. Right? You're not fighting Plant at 168, right? Because he's scared of you. Right? Right? So when you can't fight nobody, when you can't get no big fights in your division, you move up. You can surely make the weight. You already fought it like heavyweight before. Not on paper, but your fat ass been more than 168 pounds. And anything over 168 is 175 with your fat ass. So you done fought there before. If you go on down, when you going down to 168, imagine how good you would feel at 175, David Benavidez. David Benavidez, imagine how good you would feel at 178. Ashley Corner, appreciate you sliding through this, young queen. You know what I mean? I'm just going to a lot of these fighters like saying they the boogeyman. They want people to know why wasting time. I'm listening, but I'm at work. I'm not looking at the chat. Fact. Okay, shout out my girl Ash. Shout out my girl Ash. So you been here the whole time, Ashley? I'm just saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. So by y'all standards, bro. By y'all standards, Charlo ducking him, right? And he at 160. He not moving up to 168 to fight him. He can't get no fights at 168 because he the boogeyman, right? So how about you go up to 175? That's a bigger fight than Charlo. Right? That's a bigger fight than Charlo. Right? Bivol ranked on the pound for pound list. Didn't know I just got here. Bivol ranked on the pound for pound list. Okay. Real quick, let me catch you up real quick, Ashley. Now I started this, right? The thing that I've been hearing about Jamal Charlo from everybody, from a lot of people, from everybody is, right, he ducking David Benavidez. Now, I don't agree with that, but let's just say that I do. They agree that he ducking David Benavidez. Now, what people tell me is that he ducking David Benavidez because he's standing at 160 when he got big fights at 168 and he won't move up. So let's just say that everybody is right. Charlo is ducking David Benavidez because he got big fights at 168 and he won't move up, right? Charlo can't get big fights at 160. He should move up to 168 to make the big fights. David Benavidez is a big fight at 168. Move up, make it, because it's a big fight. If you don't, you ducking. So let's just say he ducking. Now, and you can't say, well, Charlo called him out, because if you say Charlo called him out, then you also got to know that Charlo said, I don't want to fight him 3, 4, 5 times already, right? So he said, I don't want to fight him. So you can't say, well, Charlo called him out. Charlo also said he don't want to fight him, and you called him a duck for that. So Charlo, let's just say Charlo is ducking, right? Because he don't want to move up. So in the same breath, Charlo don't want to move up and fight Benavidez. So that means that's a fight at 168 that David Benavidez can't get, right? They tell me Caleb Plant ducking David Benavidez too, right? They tell me Plant ducking David Benavidez too, right? So that's another fight at 168 that David Benavidez can't get, right? Right. They tell me Boo Boo Andrade don't want to fight David Benavidez either. So that's another fight he can't get at 168, right? Right? So Charlo can't get fights at 160. He need to move up. Benavidez, he can't get 3 fights so far at 168, right? Because everybody's scared of him and he the boogeyman. Now, David Morrell Jr., he can't get that fight at 168 either. He's scared of him. He's scared of him. You know what I'm saying? He's scared of him too, right? Let them tell it. Let David Benavidez them tell it. All these fighters are scared of him, right? Canelo Alvarez scared of him too. He's scared of him too. He can't fight him either. He can't fight him either. So it sounds like to me that David Benavidez has the same problem that Jamal Charlo has. Now, what I'm having a hard time understanding is why we got all this duck energy for Charlo, because he want to fight at 160, right? But we don't got the same energy for David Benavidez because he want to fight at 168. He can't get no fights at 168 either, which is why he begging a 160-pounder to move up to 168. I'm going to say that again. David Benavidez can't get fights at 168, which is why he's begging a 160-pounder to move up to his division to fight him. So if Jamal Charlo has to move up to 168, why don't David Benavidez got to move up to 175? Now, let's really put it into perspective for a second. Let's really, Ashley. Let's lock this word that Ashley just said in right now. Names. Let's lock 2 words in Ashley just said. Names and resume. Let's lock them in because I'm getting there. I'm getting to that. Let's lock them in, right? Names and resume. Ashley Corner said David has it worse than Charlo. Charlo has more names on his resume, in my opinion. Right, facts. 100% agreed. Now let's look at this part too, Ashley. Let's look at this part too, Ashley, Quentin. David Benavidez don't even have a belt to offer Charlo at 168 when he move up. Don't even get a strap to offer that man when he move up to 168. But everybody want him to move up to 168, right? And I'm only making this issue because we don't want David Benavidez to move up, right? And if he move up to 175, he's the WBC interim champ in 168. So that means that he will be in line for Arthur Beterbiev, who actually has a strap. The same strap you got, David. You already ranked in the WBC. You're the WBC interim champ at 168, right? So if you move up, David, you actually got a title fight above you. We want Jamal to move up, and you ain't even got no fucking strap. Charlo shouldn't have said he was going to break his neck. Charlo said he don't want to fight him. Charlo said he don't want to fight him. Charlo said, I'll break his neck. Charlo said, I don't want to fight him. So which one you going with? Are we only going with what Charlo said he'll break his neck, and we ignoring the fact that he said he don't want to fight him? Or we only going with Or we going where he said he don't want to fight him and he'll break his neck? Because he said both things. So did he say he'll break his neck or did he say he didn't want to fight him? What was the last thing Charlo said? What was the last thing that Charlo said? Since we all love listening to what Charlo say, what's the last thing Charlo said? He said, I'm not fighting him. He said, I'll break his neck. And he said, I'm not fighting him. So what we going with? Yes, Charlo, we said that. Charlo is ducking him. Yes, let's say Charlo is ducking. I'm agreeing with y'all. Okay, you can say that, Greasy Fight. Charlo ducking. Cool. That means he can't get a Charlo fight. That means he can't get a Plant fight because Plant ducking, right? He can't get a Boo Boo Andrade fight because Boo Boo ducking, right? He can't get a David Morrell Jr. fight because David Morrell ducking, right? He can't get none of these fights at 168. None of them. So it's time to move up. Yeah. Right? Charlo, it's time for Charlo to move up because he can't get fights. Right? That's why we want to see Charlo move up. Move, baby. That's why we want to see Charlo move up, right? Because he can't get fights, right? Right? I'm talking to myself. You know what I mean? So Charlo not gonna fight David Benavidez because he ducking him. Plant not gonna fight David Benavidez because he ducking him. Morrell not gonna fight David Benavidez, right? Because he ducking him. Canelo not gonna fight him because he ducking him, right? Everybody ducking you, bro. You can't get no fights at 168. Y'all not hearing me. Y'all hearing me, but y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all want to tell me about Charlo. Yeah, I feel you. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, you right. But what about your fighter, though? Because he in the same boat. He in the same boat. He says, is David listed in active like Charlo? Just ask. I don't know, Ash. But that ain't even my point. Whatever people want to say about Charlo, yes, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, the way you looking at Charlo, right? The way you looking down at Charlo, because he at 160. I need you to look at David, and I need you to look up for a second. I need you to see that David moving up in the WBC rankings, fighting Beterbiev, makes more sense than Charlo moving up in the WBC rankings and fighting David. So if you want Jamal to move up so bad, and Jamal never missed weight, he said, I'm not going to 168. He probably about to fight Lara at 160. We want him to move up so bad. We want him to move up so bad, right? What I'm saying is look at David. Look at the fights above him. He got championship level fights. He got multiple championship level fights above him. And I'm still waiting for Greasy Fight to let me know if we should be going with Charlo saying he'll break his neck or Charlo saying that he ain't gonna fight him. Because I know people gonna say, I know this is what people gonna say. So he said that. True. He also said that he don't want to fight him. So which one we going with? So if we going with, which one we going with? But what I need people to do is I need people to open their eyes further than just Texas, further than just their hatred for Jamal, further than just your disdain for Jamal Charlo for whatever reason, or maybe your pocket's right from Team David Benavidez. But what I need y'all to do, just do you think David will fight at 175 in November, or will he stay at 168? Alex, who is David going to fight next? I know he's not going to 175, right, Alex? And you still ain't answered my question either. But I answered your question again because that's what I do. I know he's not fighting at 175 because David said he don't want to fight at 175. This is not my logic. This is your logic, Alex. Y'all telling me that Jamal need to move up and fight him. I know that David not fighting at 175 in November because he said he don't want to. I understand that. I get it. It makes sense to me. I don't think David ducking the 175 smoke because he fighting. Yes, Charlo is scared of him. Yes, I don't think he ducking the smoke at 175 because he don't want to move up. I don't think that. Y'all do. So I'm going by y'all logic. Right. Grease with fire. You okay, Charlo? Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Now I want you to answer my question. Can you answer my question now? Yes, you're right. Charlo's scared of him. So that means that he's not fighting Charlo, right? Right, Grease with fire? That means he's not fighting Charlo because Charlo's scared of him. He the boogeyman, right? Right? Because Charlo is scared of him because he won't fight him. Not because he had 160 and he had 168. That's not why they not gonna fight, right? They not gonna fight because Charlo's scared of him. It got nothing to do with the division. So they not fighting. So they not fighting because Charlo is ducking him, which I said 100 times. They not Morrell not fighting him because Morrell ducking him. Morrell scared of him too, right? Right? Charlo scared of him. Morrell scared of him. Cater Plant scared of him. Y'all right. Canelo scared of him. All these people are afraid of David Benavidez. He's the boogeyman. He beat all these guys. He's street sweeper. So that means that he can't get fights at 168. Right? Right. Right? Right. Charlo's scared of him. He's scared of him. He's scared of him. Greasy fire. You miss. I'm finna drop it. You miss. You not hearing me. You ain't answering me. You not hearing what I'm saying. You talking to me, but you not having a dialogue with me. Because you can't see past that Jamal Charlo hate, my nigga. I'm asking you a question, bro. I know Charlo's scared of him. We got that agreed. We agreed on that, bro. Right? Now I want you to answer me. I want you to answer me now, bro. Charlo's scared of him, right? We agree on that. Plant is scared of him. We agree on that. He the boogeyman. Everybody's scared of him. Canelo's scared of him too. Because he the boogeyman. David Morrell's scared of him too. Right? That's what y'all telling me. That's what you telling me. Right? I'm agreeing with y'all. Yes, they are scared of him. They're afraid of him. Do you, now my question to you, Alex, do you bang the drum for Charlo to move up to 168? I don't know what they mean. I don't know what they mean, Greek. I don't know what they mean, brother. I don't know what they mean. So Alex, so are you banging the drum for Charlo to move up to 168? Because we finna sell this right now. Depending on your answer, because we finna sell this right now, Alex. Are you banging the drum for Charlo to go to 168? You said you're not banging the drum for Benavidez to move to 175. Are you banging the drum for Charlo to go to 168? Yay, nay. It's literally 3 letters or 2 letters. I'm about to get back on myself. I'm finna start ignoring y'all again because when I ask the chat questions and shit, y'all don't wanna. He said no, as long as okay, well then I'm not talking to you then, Alex. I'm not talking to you then. This ain't for you. This ain't for you. You in the same boat that I'm in. We talking to the people who saying that David Benavidez is the boogeyman. I'm not talking to you then, Alex. I'm not talking to you, Alex. I'm not talking to you then, bro. I'm not talking to you then, bro. I ain't talking to you, Alex. Me and you in the same boat, Alex. I'm talking as if I believe everything. I'm talking as if I believe everything that David Benavidez is telling me, right? Because from listening to everybody else, I'm believing they believe in what David Benavidez is telling them. Now I'm coming from the shoes of a guy who believes everything that David Benavidez is telling them. That's where I'm coming from. Grease with Fire keep telling me the same shit that I agree with already. Charlo's scared of him, right? Right. I'm a David Benavidez fan today. Charlo's scared of him. I know this. Y'all telling me Charlo's scared of him. Charlo's scared. I don't give a fuck. I know that. Yes, we know that. He the boogeyman. We know that. Yes, he's the boogeyman. He the baddest man on the planet. He beat everybody's ass. He can't get no fights at 168. Plant ducking him. Charlo ducking him. Even though he's not in 68. See how stupid that shit sound. He can't get no fights at 68. Charlo ducking him. Stupid motherfucker. Canelo ducking him. Andrade ducking him. Morrell ducking him. Canelo ducking him. Even though Canelo at 175. Canelo going back to 175 after this fight. Oops. But anyway, everybody ducking him. They all ducking him. So it sounds like he can't get a big fight at 168. Am I wrong? We Talk Sports was good. Appreciate you sliding through this, John. Glad you can make it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Josh? Am I wrong, Josh? Josh, am I wrong, Josh? Josh, it sounds like he can't get a fight at 168, Josh. Would I be wrong to assume that, Josh? Just from the comment, what's good, We Talk? Glad y'all can make it. If y'all just getting in here, tell me y'all just getting in here so I can catch y'all up, because I'm ready to catch y'all up today, because I want total understanding for this conversation today. I want absolute, total understanding for this conversation today. Bingo. That's what it sounds like to me. Sound like to me, Josh, he can't get a fight at 168. Right? If I'm believing David Benavidez, everybody ducking him. David Benavidez has told me all these people ducking him and don't want to fight. That's what David told me. So I believe David. I believe you. These people ducking you, bro. I think you need to move up and fight Beterbiev, bro. I think you need to move up and fight Beterbiev, bro. For real. Beterbiev got a belt and he right on the pound for pound. Now, he ain't say he'll break your neck, but this boxing, nigga, you don't need a reason to fight nobody. The reason is to be the best. The reason is to be ranked on the pound for pound. This is boxing. I think you should move up and fight Beterbiev. Reason, he ranked on the pound for pound. Reason, he already a champion. Right, Grease, but you miss it. You still not answering me, bro. Grease. Now you agitating me, Grease. Because you not answering me, bro. Now you agitating me, bro. I asked you a question, bro. You still typing, bro. And you still talking about some shit that I agree with. That's not what I asked you. Can you hear me, fool? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Grease? Can you hear what I'm saying, fool? Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying, fool? Can you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Yes, I agree with you. But that's not what I'm talking about right now, Grease. I asked you a question, bro. Right? He can't get fights at 168. Running Shields or Charlo. They all ducking him. They all afraid of him. Caleb Plant afraid of him too. Morrell afraid of him too. Are we in agreement? Are we in agreement on that? Do we agree that all these people are ducking David Benavidez? Do we agree with that? Do we agree with that? Are we all in agreement that Charlo scared of him, Plant scared of him, Morrell scared of him? B-Ball at 175, Grease. B-Ball at 175, bro. B-Ball at 175, yo. Hey, y'all see this? Y'all see this comment? He at 175, Grease. Beterbiev. Canelo next fight gonna be at 68, but he going right back to 175. B-Ball B-Vol is fighting at 175, bro. B-Vol has never fought at 168. Did David Benavidez call out B-Vol? B-Vol fights at 175. Benavidez said he'll move down. Benavidez said he'll move down to fight Charlo too. He's still at 168, right? You said B-Vol said he'll move down. Benavidez said he'll move down, but he's still at 168. So everybody's so Benavidez still at 168. Hey Josh. Right? So right now, to this day, though, Benavidez still at 168, and B-Vol is at 175. That's where he at. I agree with you, Greeks. What now? I need you to stay with me. He didn't move down. Canelo moved up. We talked. B-Vol never moved down. B-Vol never moved down. He's never moved down. Canelo moved up to 175. See, now we're getting ahead of ourselves. I want to stay right here. Greeks, I agree with you. But I want us to stay right here for a second. I agree with you, but I wanted to stay right here for a second. I totally agree with you, right? I'm agreeing with you today, right? But I want us to get somewhere before we get to all that. We got to get there first. We got to get there. And we talk. B-Vol never moved down to 168. Canelo moved up to 175. 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 Canelo moved up to 175, we talk. Now we getting somewhere. Now that we all back on the same page. Now we got it understood, right? That Beterbiev and B-Vol fight at 175. Canelo moved up to 175 to fight B-Vol. We all in agreement, right? That David Benavidez, he can't get fights at 168 because everybody's scared of him, right? Even Charlo is scared of him, who fight down at 160. So he can't really get fights at 160 or 168, right? We all agree that the best fights for him are at 175, right? Those guys do fight at 175, right? B-Vol, Beterbiev, Canelo, you know what I mean? And he can't get a Canelo fight at 168 because Canelo won't fight him, right? Canelo moved up to 75 to fight B-Vol. B-Vol about to fight Zerto. Beterbiev about to fight Yard. You know what I mean? You got fights up there. They are already champions. You know what I mean? So if you can't get fights in your weight division, nobody wants to fight you. Charlo at 160, he don't want to fight you either, right? So you can't get the 160 champion to move up to fight you. You can't get the guys at 168 to fight you either because you the boogeyman. Everybody ducking and everybody's scared of you because you beat all these guys. Right? So why not move up a division where the big fights are at? You're an interim champion at 168. You're not even a champion at 168 right now, right? So you got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. You can't get fights at 168 because you're the boogeyman of the division. Everybody's scared of you. You know what I mean? We want Jamal Charlo to move up and fight you, to get you a big fight. Now, Ashley said something earlier. I want to go back to something. Names and resumes, right? names, and resumes, right? What would be got to clean 168 first? Right. So I got a question for Grease with Fire. So how many? So who would David Benavidez? Who would David Benavidez have to fight at 168 to clean out 168? Who would he have to fight, Grease with Fire? Who would he have to fight at 168 to clean it out? They got to clean 168 first. Cool. Who would he have to fight at 168 to clean it out? Now, what I thought was that David Benavidez couldn't get no fights at 168. So, Greeks with Fire, are you saying that David Benavidez can't get fights at 168? He can't clean it out. So, would David Lemieux count as cleaning out 168? Canelo. So, Canelo. Oh, okay. So that's who we need to fight first. So you don't want him to fight Charlo. You want him to fight Canelo now. So now he need to fight Canelo and not Charlo. Is what you're saying. So now he should fight Canelo, Grease with Fire, right? Yeah, we getting somewhere now. Now we getting somewhere. Now names, resumes, and Canelo. Them the three words I want y'all to lock in the vote. Right? Names, resumes, and Canelo. Now lock those names. Now lock those three words in the vote. And we go get back to it. Now we getting somewhere. So he should be fighting. So he got to clean out 68 first before he go up to 175. Grease with Fire, right? For sure, right? The division he already in. The division that he already in, true enough, he should clean that one out first before he ever move up to 175. Josh. And I got a whole nother hour before I start my next stream at 3:30. And I'm going to do that stream an hour. Because we're going to talk about Conor Ben calling Boots out at 3:30. But I got some time, y'all. At least I want y'all to hear me out. I want y'all to feed me out. But Charlo will be right. Okay. What division Charlo fight at, Greeks? What division Charlo fight at, Greeks with Fire? What division Charlo fight in, Greeks? I got a question. What division do Charlo fight in? Greeks with Fire. What division Charlo fight in? Quick question. Real quick question. I swear that it's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be real quick, Greeks. Just real quick. What division Charlo fight in? Cause I forgot. You know, I'm such a big David Benavidez fan. I forgot what division Charlo fight in. What division Charlo fight in? So I forget because I be so confused because you know Charlo, he's so big and strong. 160. Okay, so damn. So Benavidez can't fight him either then, huh? Damn, because Benavidez at 160. Damn, Benavidez at 168. So he can't fight him either then, huh? Damn. So he can't fight Charlo because Charlo is 60. Canelo is the dude that he should be fighting to clean out his division, Canelo is the dude he should be fighting, right? But he can't get a Canelo fight either. For whatever reason. Damn, he can't get a Canelo fight either. And Canelo next fight at 168. But he ain't fighting David. So he can't fight Canelo at 168. He can't fight Charlo because Charlo at 160. What about Caleb Plant? Can he fight Caleb Plant at 168? What about Plant at 168? What about Plant? Can he fight Plant at 168? Well, what's up with that? Ah, damn, Plant scared of him too. What he go do next though? Like what he doing next? Like who is he fighting next? Though we trying to get him a big fight. We trying to get him a big fight, man. We want the biggest fights for David Benavidez, dog. We want the biggest fights for him. We want the biggest fight for him. Yeah, he gonna beat the fuck out Charlo. Yeah, he gonna sweep her. He gonna sweep the floor with him. He gonna mop up the floor with him. That boy scared. He's scared as hell. He's shaking in the boots. Benavidez pushed him and he pushed him. Charlo ran behind the security. Yeah, he gonna wipe the floor. Woo! He gonna wipe the floor with him. He gonna whoop Charlo. Hell yeah. But next, I'm talking about his next fight. We want to get a big fight for him. Now, Charlo don't want to fight him, bro. Charlo look like he's scared. Charlo ain't fighting David. Charlo ain't fighting David. Charlo ain't fighting David, man. He's scared of him. But we want to get Benavidez a big fight. Who can we get in the ring with Benavidez next? Because everybody's scared of him. We got to find somebody who want to fight him, somebody who's not scared of him, somebody who believe in themselves, bro. Who we go get him to fight, dog? Because we could keep talking about Charlo, but Charlo not going to fight. We could talk about it, but in the meantime, who he go fight, though? Because Charlo ain't the only big fight out there for my guy David. He ain't the only guy out there for my guy David. He not the only guy out there for. He not the only. Is Charlo the only big name in boxing? Charlo the only big name in boxing? Nah, we surely could think of bigger names than Charlo. We trying to get David big fights. What are some big fights for David? Nah, we shall see. Nah, we in here. I'm a David Benavidez fan. I want to know fights for him. Somebody who not scared of him, who not afraid of David Benavidez. Because this how I think, like when I got a fighter, right? When I got a fighter, I try to put him in the best matchups, to test his skills for me to see is he really what I believe he is. So right now, I'm a David Benavidez fan. Right now. Right now, I'm a David Benavidez fan. I'm trying to get my favorite fighter in the ring. I'm trying to get him a big fight with somebody that's not afraid of him. Charlo pussy. Charlo not gonna fight him. Charlo afraid of him. Charlo not the only big name in boxing, though. He not the only big name. I know there's names bigger than Charlo. What are some people who David Benavidez? Yeah, we're not talking about them ducks. We're not talking about ducks. We're talking about the greatest fighter out right now. David, the Mexican killer, Benavidez. That's what we talking about right now. We talking about David, the Mexican, we talking about David, the Mexican killer, Benavidez. We're not talking about them ducks. They scared of him. We talking about guys that want to fight him. We trying to give him fight. We not talking about them. Fuck them. They're not my favorite fighter. I don't care about them. I want to see my favorite fighter challenge. I want to see my favorite fighter. I don't want to just see my fighter fight fights. I think he gonna win. I like to see my favorite fight. That's why I want to see Earl fight Bud. Because I think Bud can test him. You know what I mean? That's why I want to see Wilder fight Tyson Fury. Because I thought Tyson Fury could test him. That's why I want to see Frank Martin one day fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Because I want to see if Frank Martin is really the goods. I like to test my favorite fighters. What I'm trying to see right now is we talk. We talk. I would, but look, no, David is afraid of him. Christian Mbili, I never heard David mention him before. Never heard him mention her before. After those, Caleb Plant scared of him too. Caleb Plant is afraid of him too, right? Y'all, I'm a David Benavidez fan. Everybody is ducking him. Everybody is afraid of him. I'm trying to find him fights with people who would get in the ring with him. Charlo is pussy. He not getting in the ring with him. David Morrell, trainer, don't believe in him. David Morrell not getting in the ring with him. Caleb Plant is afraid of him. He always been afraid of him. He not getting in the ring with him. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, afraid of him too. They all afraid of Dave Benavidez. I'm not talking about nothing else but Dave Benavidez. I'm not entertaining nothing else but Dave Benavidez right now on this stream. Nothing else. That's all I'm entertaining. I'm a Dave Benavidez fan, and I'm trying to get Dave Benavidez in the ring with somebody who's not afraid of him. What should we do? All these guys are afraid of him. Canelo is afraid of him. What should we do right now? What should we do? If you can't, I can't get no fights nowhere right now. I'm Dave Benavidez. I can't get no fights nowhere. Everybody's afraid of me. Everybody's ducking me. I'm chasing these guys. I'm calling these guys out. I'm beating up the tree. I'm asking this person for a fight. This person for a fight. This trainer don't want this fighter to fight. This fighter's scared of me. I pushed him in public and he ran. Who will we go fight next? What we go do next? What's our next fight? David Morrell scared of me. Plant scared of me. J.A. Dixon. What should I do? What should I do right now, man? What should I do right now, man? Man, what's the... Canelo won't fight me. Canelo won't fight me at 168. David Morrell Jr. won't fight me at 168. Boo Boo Andrade won't move up to fight me at 160. What's good, D-Man? Boo Boo Andrade won't move up to fight me at 168. Charlo won't move up to fight me at 168. Who should I fight, bro? Who should we fight next, man? These guys ducking me, bro. These guys ducking my favorite fighter, Benavidez. Everybody's scared of him. He a monster. He knock out everybody. He jumped tall buildings in a single bound. I saw him for 4 bitches without even trying. I saw him beat up 2 heavyweights in 1 sparring session the same day. I saw him throw $150K at Magic City. Didn't break a sweat. David Benavidez can do anything. He can do anything. He could do anything. Right? Don't you talk about my favorite fighter, J.A. Dixon. Don't talk about my favorite fighter. J.A. Dixon said, I also remember Benavidez saying he would go to 160 to fight Charlo, but I guess everyone missed that. Don't talk about my favorite fighter, J.A. Dixon. Don't you be making him stick to what he say. Don't you make my favorite fighter do what he say. Because Charlo said he'll break my neck. Don't you make me do what I say, because Charlo said he'll break my neck. And I really want to fight him bad. I really want to fight him bad. I really want to fight Charlo bad. What's good, PGH? Appreciate you slide through this, PGH. Glad you can make it, Pim. Glad you can make it. I'm a David Benavidez fan right now. All these guys ducking my favorite fighter. Charlo won't move up. Andrade scared. Caleb Plant been scared for years. David Morrell scared. Canelo Alvarez scared. But David Lemieux wasn't scared, though. Ronda Ellis, they weren't scared. Ronda Ellis and David Lemieux weren't scared. Ronda Ellis and David Lemieux weren't scared, but everybody else scared. All the big name fighters at 160, they scared, right? All the big name, all the top dogs at 160, they're afraid of me. And Charlo's afraid. Charlo afraid of him too. Charlo's scared of David Benavidez too. He won't move up either. So it sounds like my favorite fighter can't get no fights right now, right? That's what it sounds like to me, don't it? Sound like my favorite fighter can't get no fights right now, right? PGH, right? right? Everybody's scared. All the top dogs scared. David Lemieux and Ronnie Ellis ain't scared though. But all the top dogs shaking in their boots. All the champions and people who fought harder fights than me already, all them already scared. They scared. I got them in the bank. They scared. So it seems like I can't get a fight right now. So I need 2 ounces right now. I need somebody to tell me who I'm gonna fight next at 168 in my division. That's gonna give me some interest because I can't bring the champion from 160 up. I can't bring the WBC champion from 160 up, and the WBO champion from 160 don't want to fight me, right? The champion in my division at 168, Canelo Alvarez, don't want to fight me. David Morrell don't want to fight me, right? So what should I do at this point? What should I do? Who can I get to fight me at 168 that will make a big enough splash? Because I only want to make big fights now. I want to get names on my resume. Big names like Canelo Alvarez, right? David told me this. They told me this, we talked. They told me we talked. They told me none of these people want to fight David. They told me this. He's my favorite fighter, and I believe you. And I believe David when he said this. None of these guys want to fight him. He's a monster. He beat all these guys. He smoked these guys. He smoked them. We talked, said if all these dudes don't want to fight David, which they don't, because that's what David said. David said they don't. Then he should move up to 75 and fight for a Mendo spot, WBC, WBO, IBF. All Mendos at 75 have fights lined up though. So fight someone like Joe Smith or Marcus Brown. You know what I mean? You already, hey, and the person in your division is fighting. The person in your division is fighting Triple G next. He fighting Triple G next. And then he going back up to 175. So the champion in your division is going back up to 175. You're the interim champion, Dave Benavidez, in the WBC. The WBC, I already told you, they not forcing Canelo mandatory until next year sometime. So that means you won't be getting a title shot for at least another year, which means you got time to move up to 175 and fight your way into position to fight for one of those spots at 175, because Canelo Alvarez is going to be at 175 while you at 168 with an interim belt for at least another year. He going to be fighting at 175 while you at 168 with an interim belt. So you might as well go up to 175 now. Your next fight should be at 175. If you really want to make big fights. Or do you really just want that Jamal Charlo name? But he's not at 168. This big ass probably need to be at 175 anyway. How much longer he can make 168? And he ain't never missed weight. Oops, my bad. He did miss weight. I mean, Charlo ain't never missed weight. But everybody want Charlo to move up and shit. Why? Everybody want Charlo to move up. Arthur Beterbiev, pound for pound. Bivol, pound for pound. Canelo, pound for pound. All these guys are fighting at 175. Canelo's last fight was at 175. His next fight is at 168, and his fight after that will be at 175. So, David, how about you? Because you can't get big fights at 168 because all these people are afraid of you. All these people are ducking you. Y'all already told me these people are afraid and they ducking David Benavidez. That's what you told me. You told me this because I heard you say it. I was there when you said it. I was there when you said it. I heard you say it when you said it because I was there when you said it. You told me that Caleb Plant is ducking David. You told me that Charlo is ducking David. You told me that Benavidez can get this smoke too. You told me that Canelo is ducking David. You told me that Morrell is ducking David. Right? All those guys fight at 168. So if all these guys are ducking at 168, that means it's so if all these hey Ghost. Ghost, now let me get him, Ghost. Let me get him, Ghost. Now, Ghost, let me get him. Now, let me get him, Ghost. Now, Ghost, let me get him for a second, Ghost. Now, we David Benavidez fans today, Ghost. We David Benavidez fans today, Ghost. Let me get him, Ghost. Let me get him. Don't throw me out, because you come in here with all this truth and shit, Ghost. Don't be telling me the truth, Ghost. I'm a David Benavidez fan right now. Don't come in here telling me the truth, bro. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something right now, Ghost. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something right now, Ghost. Don't come in here telling the truth, Ghost. Don't come here with the truth and shit. I'm trying to get to the bottom of something. Now look, y'all telling me all these guys is scared of David Benavidez, right? Y'all telling me Charlo is ducking him and he afraid of him. He don't want to fight him at 168. Y'all telling me Caleb Plant is ducking him and is afraid of him. He don't want to fight him at 168. Right? Y'all telling me Boo Boo Andrade is afraid of him. He don't want to fight him at 168. Y'all telling me Canelo Alvarez is afraid of him. He don't want to fight him at 168. What all them people got in common? Caleb Plant, Bivol, Charlo, and Canelo. They all got bigger names on their resume than David Morrell Jr. They all have fought a bigger name than David Morrell Jr. I mean, they all got bigger names on their resume than David Benavidez. They all fought better names than David Benavidez, and David Benavidez, them they got 30 fights as well. So the common denominator here is that David Benavidez has the weakest resume out of all these people who are afraid to fight him, right? All the people who are afraid to fight him, right? So how about you got a champion at 175, Butteriel. You got a champion at 175, Bivol, who all are ranked on the pound-for-pound list. Those will be considered big fights. Those will be considered big fights. Everybody at your division is afraid of you. The champion at 160 don't want to fight you. Everybody is afraid of you. Y'all have told me this 100 times. These guys are afraid of you. Everybody is scared of you. Why won't you go fight those two guys that are on the pound-for-pound list? Why don't you go fight those two big fights, those two champions, because you're not even a champion right now. You got nothing to lose. You're the boogeyman from 168 down. You the boogeyman from 168 down. Go handle your business with people who not afraid of you. You want that big fight? Put your bid in. Put your bid in. Go be great. Go be great. Y'all telling me Charlo need to move up because there ain't no big fights for him at 160. Let's say I'm saying that you're right. Okay, cool. You're right. So how can y'all tell me that Charlo need to move up because he can't get no big fights at 160? But y'all can't look over at David Benavidez and realize that everybody in the world is afraid of him and he can't get big fights at 168. So he need to move up. And then when you tell me, well, Charlo said that he'll break his neck. Well, I tell you, Charlo also said, I don't want to fight David Benavidez because I want to clean out my division. I fight at 160. I'm not going up to 168 yet. I will only go up to 168 for Canelo. Just like Bivol said, I will only go down to 168 for Canelo. So you telling me Charlo said he'll break his neck. I'm telling you, Charlo said he don't want to fight him for many reasons. You could say because he had COVID, because he under 25, because of whatever that dumb shit that y'all want to say. You know, since we take everything that Charlo say literally, Charlo literally said, I'm not going to fight him. So he can't fight Charlo because Charlo is afraid of him. He's a duck, and he's not going to 168, right? He can't fight David Morrell because David Morrell, trainer, is scared for David Morrell. David Morrell is scared of him, and he a duck, right? He can't fight Canelo because Canelo is afraid of him, and Canelo is a duck, right? He can't fight Andrade because Andrade is afraid of him, and Andrade a duck, right? He can't fight Caleb Plant because Caleb Plant is afraid of him, and Caleb Plant is a duck, right? So if I'm a David Benavidez fan, what should he do? If I'm a David Benavidez, what do I want? I want you to fight the best fights available. I want Charlo to come up here and make this fight with you, but he won't do it. So since he won't come up here and make this big fight with you, I need for you to look up and go up here and make this big fight with the guys at 175. And I just broke it down for you. Charlo got Lauren lined up at 160. You know what I mean? He about to fight Lara, right? So you at 168, Charlo at 160. We can't worry about what Charlo doing down there at 168. We can't worry about what they doing at 175, true enough. But let's take this into consideration. The undisputed champion of my division, which is Canelo Alvarez, he's fighting at 168 pounds, right? He's undisputed champion at 168. His next fight is at 168, which is not my favorite fighter, David Benavidez, which is not me, David Benavidez. So I'm not fighting Canelo next, right? Well, they say, Canelo fights at 168. Canelo should fight him. Canelo need to fight David. Canelo need to fight David. Right. He do need to fight David, but he's not fighting David next. He's not fighting David after that. Actually, after that fight, Canelo is going back to 175. Right? So feel where I'm going. Understand what I'm saying. Canelo is actually going back to 175 after his next fight. So the undisputed champion of your division, he's not next, and then he's going to 175. Right? Pound for pound fighter, Bivol and Beterbiev are literally one division above you. Both fighters, Beterbiev, unified champion, Bivol, IBF champion. Both fighters have championships right above you. Big fights, big names, pound for pound guys. Pound for pound guys. Right? Canelo is going to be at 175 next year anyway. Canelo is fighting Bivol again at 175 next year. So, you got two pound for pound fights at 175. You got the undisputed champion Canelo in your division, which is the fight that you said you want anyway. Canelo is the fight that you really want, right? That's the fight that you really want. What you said, right? We going with everything that you're saying is true. So if he gonna be at 175 in his next fight, how about you go up to 175 now, right? Your next fight should be at 175. You get your 175 fight. You get in the rankings, right? The champions are about to fight their mandatories, right? You go to 175. You get you a fight with a Buatsi, who next in line. You get you a fight, with a Callum Smith, or something like that, to get yourself within the rankings at 175 for your next fight. You have Canelo Alvarez fighting at 168, going back up to 75. You have Bivol fighting the mandatory, Beterbiev fighting the mandatory, and you'll be fighting Buatsi or some shit like that, right? And then you have Canelo meeting y'all back at 175 for his next fight with Bivol next. You could be gearing up to fight Beterbiev because Buatsi is his fucking mandatory. You go up there and you fight Buatsi for your next fight, and then on y'all second fight, all y'all will be working at 175, and then you could be like, okay, but I got this win over Buatsi, or I got this win at 175. I'm in the rankings. I'm in the top 15. You all know if David move up, he gonna be in the top 15. Probably gonna be in the top 10 at 175. To be real with you, you know what I mean. So you already get you a fight, integrate yourself into the rankings right now. While Canelo playing at 168, because he's not gonna fight you at 168. He's going up to 175. You got two pound for pound fighters at 175. Going up to 175, get in the mix right now because all y'all go meet at 175. But Turviev trying to get undisputed. Bivol about to fight Canelo. So Turviev ain't gonna be able to fight Bivol because he's fighting fucking Canelo again after this fight. Because he's fighting Canelo again after this fight. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ghost. Now, I'm telling them the long way and I'm telling them the short way, Ghost. I'm telling them the long way and the short way, bro. We talk, but people not thinking this far. I'm a real David Benavidez fan. I'm not just thinking about one thing, one person. I'm not thinking small. I'm not thinking 160. These guys don't want to fight my favorite fighter at 168. I'm thinking of ways for my favorite fighter to be the best fighter that he could be. You know what I mean? If I got all this energy for one fighter to do this and be great and do that and fix his resume and all that shit, when his resume better than my favorite fighter. So I want my favorite fighter to jump there. Oh, you don't want to fight my favorite fighter then? Well, guess what? My favorite fighter about to go up to 175, nigga. We about to take some shit up there. That's what I would be thinking. That's them bigger fights than Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo got respect in the hood. Jamal Charlo don't get respect on mainstream media. These guys are pound for pound fighters. These niggas ain't hood rich. These niggas on the pound for pound list. Why don't you want no smoke with them guys? And they got more to offer you than you got to offer Jamal Charlo. Why we want Jamal Charlo to go up? They got way more to offer you than Jamal Charlo. That's what they say about Jamal. Has Jamal ever claimed his division? People say he's a killer. He need to. Why do he Jason? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Jason. Now y'all feeling me. Do y'all see what's going on now? Like now y'all see what's going on. Do y'all see when you lay this shit out on the table? When you make this shit ABC, it's gonna make a little sense to you. Jason, that's the question that I'm asking right now. Jason, that's the question that I'm asking right now. Absolutely that, Jason. Why don't he like if we want him, if this is what we want, if we want him to be great, why won't he just move up? Why won't he just move up? You know what I mean? Right? You already ain't done nothing down there anyway, right? You ain't fought no big names at 168. The big names seem to be eluding you. The big names seem to be avoiding you. You ain't fought no big names down there. Why don't you just move up, bro? You know what I mean? That's my thing. That's my thing. Ghost. 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 Now I'm finna apply Charlo name in there, right? This what people not understand. Look, no one wants to fight him at 160. So staying at 160 makes no sense. It's a waste of everyone's time. Only reason why he will stay at 160 if he isn't confident in himself. You feel me? Jason, they not hearing themselves. He big as hell. They not hearing themselves. Why do what the consistency is what be getting me? Ghost. And K, when you really get down to it, K, they all got better resumes than David. So if y'all feel that passionately about the Charlos and all that shit, you should feel even more passionately about David Benavidez doing the same things. They doing the same things. They doing the same things. Now we about to have a Connor Ben conversation next. I'm finna get up out of here, but I want y'all to stay tuned. Come back. Don't go nowhere. I want y'all to sit on what I just told y'all. Now we about to talk about Connor Ben saying that Virgil Ortiz and Boots not on his level. We about to talk about Connor Ben calling out Boots and Virgil. And now I want to see what Connor Ben and Virgil got to say. Because our problem with Connor Ben was that he called out old people. He don't call out the best fighters. He don't call out Boots and Virgil. He want to fight old men and yada, yada, yada. So I got the audio of exactly what Connor Ben said about everybody's favorite prospect. This the second nigga he let disrespect him like that and ain't said nothing. You know what I mean? So now I need shit to start shaking and moving. You know what I mean? If T ain't shit, T consistent. T consistent with this shit. Y'all meet me on the other side, Connor Ben, Virgil. I want y'all to sit on this. I really want y'all to go back, listen to this, sit on this. I want you to really understand this, what I tried to break down to y'all. I want y'all to sit on this. Tell a friend. But we coming back, don't worry. Y'all tune in. 3:30. Go look. It's already up right now. J.A. Y'all catch me on the other side because shit finna get good. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm finna drop the link for y'all. To meet me on the other side. Just in case you get lost on the way over there. I'm about to drop the link for y'all to meet me on the other side. Hold on real quick, because I don't want y'all to miss this shit. I don't want y'all to miss this shit. So I'm finna drop the link for y'all to meet me. Don't go nowhere. Stay here. Don't go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Don't you leave out. I see you trying to leave out. Don't you leave out. I see you trying to leave out. Come back. No, I see you on that phone. Put that down. There you go. Click that link. Meet me on the other side. Click that link right there. Everybody smash that bitch. Meet me over there right now. Not yesterday, but right now. Not now, but right now. Click that link. Jason, meet me on the other side. Jason, click that link right there. Don't y'all go. Hey, click that link right there. Meet me on the other side. Appreciate y'all. Skinner Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out.